Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Russell Smoldon, and I represent the Arizona Data Center Coalition. We are happy to be here today and want to thank you all for your interest in this incredibly important topic. Mr. Chairman, I would like to answer Senator Melvin's questions in just 1 second. I just wanted to give you just a little flavor for what we're talking about here, because data centers are basically the new utility of the information age. You have to have, in order to run a modern business, you have to have electricity, water, connectivity, which is the fiber necessary to move and store data, and the ability to put it in a cloud, to basically store all the data and move the data at rapid rates of speed. So what data centers do are they're basically, if you watch Netflix or Hulu or look at things on YouTube, that is the streaming of data. It's got to be housed somewhere and delivered in a very fast manner. And so data centers give you the ability to do that. We are in a unique situation in Arizona in that we have the climate and the geology and geography to make it work very, very well. Our friends in California, if they start a data center there, they're not going to expand it there. They're going to bring it someplace else. And right now we're competing with Nevada, Utah, Washington, and Oregon, primarily in the western part of the United States for California type business. But the beautiful thing about data centers is they are 7 by 24 by 365. They run 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and 365 days a year, making sure that all that data that you bring up on your smartphone, for example, is available when you want it. And so Arizona is unique, and Senator Melvin touched on this beautifully, is unique in that we have the opportunity to not only locate data centers here, but the beautiful thing is we locate the employees associated with those data centers. For example, he cited USAA and Edward Jones. Boeing has a huge data presence here. All of the banks that you think about have huge data centers here. Charles Schwab, finance companies, utilities, healthcare companies. Blue Cross Blue Shield has its very own data center. Apollo Group has 3 data centers.
Russell, to that
Yes,
point, I just want to point out, I think a lot of members probably don't know that Phoenix is actually the second largest data center concentration in North America, the first being near Washington, D.C. on the East Coast, and then we're number 2. So this is a real burgeoning industry, and it's an industry that we should high paying and all kinds of good things about it.
Mr. Chairman, to that point, if you think about data center development in terms of a baseball season, we're in about the second week of spring training. I mean, there is so much more to go in terms of what you can do with these technologies and what they mean in terms of jobs. The average salary in a data center is $75,000 a year. We know of one company that was looking at coming here but got a better deal actually in Virginia. They were looking to bring 185 jobs at $125,000 average salary. So Senator Melvin hit it right on the head. So why would we need to do more than what we're already doing now, Senator Melvin asked? Simply put, other states are competing with us. And those of you that represent rural parts of the state should know that the biggest competition in Washington and Oregon for us is a little town called Quincy, Washington, in the middle of Washington state, and a little town called Pineville, Oregon, which is another small town, a rural community. That's why this has both urban and rural components to it. And the reason for trying to make us more attractive to these guys is because we, as you all know and you heard earlier today, we have a high sales tax burden in this state. And since this is closer to what a utility function is than what it would be to an actual service function, we exempt certain parts of the generation, distribution, and transmission of electricity for the purposes of moving forward in our economy. And it's something you have to have. And so we have the beautiful opportunity here of establishing a big presence. There are billions, I mean billions of dollars that are going to be spent in our economy. The other thing about these things are they're the fastest growing market. If you look at Intel, for example, their last quarter showed about a 6% growth in their data center manufacturing group, meaning that they grew in that area 6%, about $10 billion, just providing components to data centers. I mean, it's a huge part of the economy and something I don't think Arizona wants to miss out on.